Hey, I want to show you all this LAPG 2100 lumen flashlight. It's the F-0 model. If anybody's looking at this and maybe this video showed up in a search engine, now you can watch this video and learn more about it. At turbo, it's going to be the full 2100 lumen, which will last for 2 hours, but it does get step down after it gets hot in about 30 seconds to a minute. It'll step down to high at 900 lumen and hold for 3 hours. At medium, you get 400 lumen at 5 hours. On low, at 100 lumens, you are going to be able to run this thing for 15 hours, which is really cool. That's all night. And moonlight, you're going to go for days at 10 lumens. And then there's a strobe. We're going to look at the back. We're not going to open the box and look at much inside. I mean, you know me, I don't like to go through the box or anything, but I do want to show you all something important back here. You have a distance of 200 meters. So this is going to be more of a flutter. It's going to flood out a yard. It's not going to be doing tons of distance, obviously. And at 46,000 candela, not a lot of distance there, but that's good to know. This is going to be something. This is going to be a light that you're using for, you know, filling out a yard, working on stuff, and we'll go into that. The working on stuff. There is a USB cable that comes in the box and spare O-rings, and it comes with its own battery that I'll show you. So, like I said, I don't like to spend too much time on the box. I like to get into the product. I like to look and show you guys what I've been carrying in my pocket for a little bit. It's got an orange peel reflector in there. The LED itself is just the generic 6500K tint. You notice that I held down on the button and it didn't come on. It doesn't have that feature. I'll turn it back off and show you what I'm talking about. So, you know, typically you can hold down on the button and it'll come up in moonlight mode. We're not doing that. It doesn't do anything. You're going to have memory mode. That's the setting that it was in last. That's going to be low at 100 lumen. That's the one that'll last for 15 hours, and then you just step on up from there, and we'll get it out in the dark to show you what I'm talking about. Now here's moonlight. In order to get to moonlight, you have to throttle through all the light settings. You can't hold down on a button and bring it up to save your night vision or something like that. So that's kind of a little bit of a flaw in my opinion. There's the 10 lumens that will last for 120 hours. The button itself has a little light in there. Let's go ahead and turn it off and turn it back on so I can show you what I'm talking about. There's a little green light in there to let you know how your battery's doing. That also works when you're charging it with the Type-C USB charging. Your light is going to go from red to green, pretty standard. Not too bad of a clip. It's not tearing my pants up too much. It's not too tight. It's not a deep carry, so you do need to know that your cap's going to be hanging out. There is a nice magnet in here. That's what I was going to tell you about. So as far as working on things, if you're working on something and you're using this light, really strong magnet. I was really impressed with that. It can hold horizontally, vertically, whatever you need to do. That magnet takes care of it. Let's show you all the battery that it comes with. It comes with this, looks like a protected, it's a protected button top, 2600 capacity, so low capacity, but it is at least protected, so that way it can charge in the light. And I haven't tried to drop any other 18650 in here, but it looks like it's going to need to be a button top if you did drop it in there, because it's kind of dark down in there. Let's see if I can show you what I'm talking about. Nope, not going to show, but anyway, there's a spring down in there, and in order for it to make contact, it's going to need a button top, I would say. The overall quality of the light, durability, feeling, and everything, it's really strong. It feels good. It's not, you know, crazy heavy or anything like that. And for filling out, just throwing tons of light flood in a yard, it's perfect. If you're trying to, you know, check like a tree line 800 meters away, you're not going to use this light because you might maybe see some animal eyes or something 800 meters away, but you're seriously not going to light anything up. So this is, you need to know that it's just for, you know, flooding out a yard or working on something. But I want to get it out at night, and I'll compare it up against a couple other lights that are comparable and show you what it looks like to actually be working in the dark. But it's not a bad looking light. I like this trim around the button. I like the, you know, they got the American flag, however you want to look at it. Could be in distress, however you want to view the flag right now. It's got a nice smooth bezel. Cool. Let's get it out in the dark. Now let's check it out in the dark. There's the second setting. It's not the lowest, it's the next step up. And I'm going to step it up to the third, to the fourth, and that's turbo. Absolute flood, just tons of flood, as you can see. You're gonna fill out a whole yard or a driveway in this case. And it's getting pretty warm. I'm gonna leave it up there because I'm watching the timer on my video here, so I can let you know kind of like when it steps down. I've also got a Sofern SC29 and a Bright Night E18 out here in case somebody has those and they can compare. Alright, so we're almost at a minute now, and I'm feeling that bezel there, and it's getting pretty warm, but it still hasn't stepped down. It's holding out. See if I can set it down and just give you a comparison. So this is the SC29. It's also a lot of flood. It's not going to reach really far, but gives you an idea of what you're dealing with if you have one of those. And then here is another flooder that I have. Well, it's kind of a little bit more throw, a little bit tighter hotspot on that Bright Night E18. And let's get this back up. Alright, it's stepped down now. It's cooling off. That's up at 2 minutes. Let's start back at the bottom and see where we can get to now. There's 2, 3, 4. It'll go back up to turbo, but it'll probably turn itself back down pretty soon, I'd say. So it's manageable. I mean, I'm holding to the bare hand. Definitely nothing dangerous. Like I said, just wanted to give you guys an idea of what this is looking like, all the flood that you can handle. Here it is, lighting up a yard. It's not even on the highest setting. Step it up. Definitely a lot of light. And little host there. It's not doing bad. Alright, well, let's try it out on the lower setting now. So if you wanted to go throughout the night, walking a trail or whatever, and didn't want to blow out your battery right away, you could get by on that right there for sure. If anybody has any questions, let me know in the comments. I'll do what I can to help you out. Hope this helps somebody. Thanks for watching.